Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be continuing Dragon Quest 11. So, last time we left off, we were on this Mount Pengley campsite, and yeah, that's pretty much where we left off. I'm getting right into it, right now. Because I do have less time than usual. Dragon. Oh yeah, I did. Nothing happened. Blades and rolling. Oh, I never did it. I'll do that when I'll do it when one of us is
Victory is ours.
this way. Oh, I think I'm supposed to go this way. Come on, little dragon. A rock bomb. Rock bomb. Mithril buff, combust, and magic barrier. That's his spells. Abilities, flame slash, great sword guard, helm splitter, and immense defense.
You shall not prevail!
At least they're not that strong. How about the boom? Is the boom stronger than the boom? Man, these guys are strong. Boom! Kill one. 211 was a critical hit. Critical hit. 211. Okay. Yeah. 194 with a critical hit. Oh, critical hit. 104. Your bums are defeated. That was very... Find out the Pengley and find out where the connection is over. Wait, hold on a second. Do I get to keep the dragon? No. I accidentally left the cave. Good job, me. got 2 seconds because I think but otherwise I don't know why.
All is well that ends well.
Yes. Why? This is the fish. This is the fish mechanic. With your oar. Enchanting them. I'm not paying weight in fine. Ooh. Okay, so. I'm fighting this one because it has gold around it. Honey head horn.
Worms!
Nice. Give me this thing. Dragon Bane, Wireframe, Dragon Shield, Suit, and Dragon Man. A Boreal my pepto my biggest attack missed.
Cower worms!
Nice. That's an anti-magic. You know, that would be really useful if I had Veronica here. Or Rad.
Temple on top of a mountain. What connection could a place like this have to the luminary? It certainly benefits from divine protection of some kind. Yggdrasil fell to earth not far from here, yet the temple buildings escaped entirely unscathed.
I know that face. That man is a knight of Heliodor. Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us? Think again. The disciples of Angrilla are made of sterner stuff, as you will soon see.
What in the... These movements must be intended to confound us. Be on your guard. They may attack from any angle.
Enough! All of you! Is this how we treat visitors? As your High Lama, I order you to stand down.
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor. We cannot be sure of their intentions.
Soldiers of Heliodor, you say? The tall one, perhaps, but his young friend does not look like a military man to me. I sense a great power within you. Tell me, young man, are you the luminary?
Yes.
Incredible. He divined your true identity with a single glance.
How long we have waited for this day. Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Their training is incomplete. Welcome to Angrilla, honored luminary. It would please me if you would join me in the high hall at the top of the temple. We have much to discuss.
Strange child, but remarkably perceptive for one so young. There is more to him than meets the eye, that much is certain. Well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high hall of theirs, see what he has to say.
It's a little safe place. Oh, in the high hall is this way. Oh, I found the minivan. Ooh, hold on a second. I didn't mean to do it.
Could it be...
Character build. Oh my goodness, Hendrik has 73. He's using an axe and a shield, so let's just see his axe. Home splitter. Parallax. A brutal bash that sometimes can paralyze your enemy. Steadfast soldiers. Let's attack, but sometimes there isn't any Axes of Evil. A blistering, brutal attack that carves cruelly through an entire group of enemies. Bro, I'm just learning everything. So about 2 more level ups should bring Hendrik to get this. And we've already maxed out his axe still. This high hole is over at the top.
Once again to Angri-La, honored luminary. As I believe you know, it is my privilege to serve as High Lama of this most sacred temple.
I am to address you as Your Holiness, correct? Might I ask what you and your people know of my companion?
Why, everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world, in the castle of Dundrasil.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner?
I'm literally wearing that.
It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have come here to train with us for 6 years of their youth. Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy and study under the great Grand Master Pang. Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. What of his tutor, this Grand Master Pang you speak of?
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the Master set out to summon a magical mandala to protect the temple from destruction. The spell succeeded, but its power was too great. Grand Master Pang did not return.
A noble sacrifice, indeed.
Now that the Master is gone, it falls to me to guide you. Come to the field of discipline. It lies behind this hall. There is something you must see.
It is a shame that the Grand Master cannot be here. I would have liked to meet one so noble.
I've made it, child.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline, where students of Angri-La strive for enlightenment. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little of our history. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise Ones. The first grand, but he did not...
Who was this person?
Another of Ai Yi's disciples. A young Erdwin and Morkant, when they're training... Before setting out, they carved an inscription into this stone.
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now, allow me to show you to the field of discipline, if you would be so good as to follow me.
Thank you. Backstories.
Welcome to the field of discipline. Since the age of heroes, many a would-be warrior has spilt sweat and blood upon these flagstones. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang, like all the princes of Dundrasil before you. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the footsteps of your ancestors. An unbroken line leading all the way back to the Age of Heroes. Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation, directly to their fundament. It became known as the Naughty Stick. During the course of his 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times, lest he face the same fate.
Or Rab was smacked.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame every challenge set for him by the Grand Master, and emerged stronger every time. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive. I sense it. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to celebrate your long-awaited arrival. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done were Master Pang still with us, but in this respect at least, we can provide.
That night, the High Lama holds a banquet in B-Bones' honor. The long-suffering disciples are overjoyed to have an evening's respite from their training and eat, drink, and dance till the early hours. Then morning comes. Beep, beep, beep.
Awake at last, It is high time we were on our way. If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help us in our fight against the Lord of Shadows. Sadly, it was not to be.
Head outside the High Hall.
And the hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness. The monsters on the mountain path were too strong. We were unable to reach him.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Yes.
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see, 2 weeks ago a hermit visited us, unannounced. Then just as suddenly departed for the top of the mountain.
Alone? What?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, he ran from the temple. He was last seen climbing the path to the summit. The mountain has become infested with monsters, emboldened and strengthened by the rise of the Lord of Shadows. This being so, I dispatched a group of disciples to return him to safety.
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this, and yet I have failed in my first true test. I have brought shame upon Angri-La.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are guests here. I cannot ask you to undertake such a dangerous task.
Shut up.
The Knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we do them a kindness in return. Would you not agree?
I agree.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. but I cannot allow you to bear this burden alone. I shall come with you. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will take the path to the east in order to begin our ascent.
I know where to go. Taking down the stairs. Hold up, there's a side quest. Whether one emerges from battle in China or defeat depends not on which skills of the sword, but one's wits. No matter how powerful an opponent is, he must clear one's mind. Invoke to overcome and challenge. The monk wants you to show that you truly understand the principles of the teachings of Angela by defeating a monster with a particular power. Good. Okay. Learn the dance of death. This, I would have you say, warn of the royal serpents. Oh. Understanding Angela quest. That sounds safe. And now we need to defeat a boreal serpent with the me and Hendrik power. Continue? I think so. Fighting a boreal serpent. There's that blue dragon. It's right there. Come down, face me. Ooh, 61. A boreal serpent. Ow. We tended to get cut back.
Our triumph was never in doubt.
I agree. See, that's all I wanted to do. Now we can continue with our actual Alright, so we're going back in and reporting to this guy. Because he thinks he's better than all of us. Hey bro, I did what you asked. The trial I passed. Quest complete. Using the power to increase concentration. I don't think I want to do that. I give him +2 defense, but charm and maximum HP goes down on rocks. Skull, 5 up, 3 down. No, it's not worth it, honestly. Cool to have, I guess. Oh, hello, child. I didn't actually know you were calling me. Battle mode, people fighting. That's yeah, child. You listen to me, child. If you listen to me, child, I will child out. Into the cave we go. From the very top. Summit. Ooh! Almost there. Up! It's a full-fledged dragon. That doesn't make a punch. I'm terrified of it. Dragon slash. Ooh, that's pretty bad. We're both like, bro. It takes 16 to do that. Crap metal! Oh my. Die! That's probably why it takes so long to spin. Onto down. So slow. I want to see the parallax. Oh my!
Victory is ours. All is well that ends well.
Correct. Get on the ground. Fly, my Fly up, oh my god. dragon is so slow. Sorcerer's room. MP. No. Yes. Skull ring, put into that. Sorcerer's ring. This enemy is, but let's find it, I guess. Attention. Drizzle. Ow. Heal. Carolap.
Victory is ours.
Blue down. Summit Shrine. Something tells me it's in there. Oh, there he is. Yeah, let's sleep. Till noon. And then to save. Yes, continue. Haha. Let's see this person.
It seems we are too late. Is this the hermit we came in search of?
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. I am glad at least that he was prepared to meet his fate. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it from somewhere.
He reminds me of Rav with that his hat and his mustache being big and he has a backpack. Whoa.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. And in mint condition.
Hendrik and Rav too.
Indeed.
I guess.
It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. This, at least, is some small solace. Huh? But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly hermit have such a... By the skies! Can it really be?
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life, perhaps?
He is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. It is only a matter of time before he passes the point of no return. But there may yet be a way to save him. If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
But how? Is this even possible?
I agree.
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will send you to the place between worlds. But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Once that place is entered, there is no guarantee of return. Well, will you take that chance? Will you visit the void and bring Lord Robert back to us? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. Tell me when you are ready, and we will begin.
That's such a good point.
It is time to depart for the
Let's just get on with it.
What is this foolish dance?
Looking awesome. Oh. I'm alone. And who is this?
Another wandering soul drifts into my domain. Welcome, child, to the end of your journey. Destiny is cruel indeed to send me one so young. This may be a fruitless question, given the vacant expression you wear, but do you know what fate awaits you here?
No, I don't.
Oh, you poor young fool. You have no idea of the suffering to come. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms. Before Yggdrasil fell, departed souls would come here before returning to the World Tree. But now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. A dead end for the dead.
So
A
this is the
spiritual
purgatory.
cul-de-sac.
Just a purgatory.
What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. Before long. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. Until at last, the Lord of Shadows is the only one who remains. This is your destiny. Accept it, for you cannot change it. Or do you cling to hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. Some people just don't know when to give up.
Oh, strange. Wait, hold on a second. This is the, like... Yeah, this is like that place. Yeah, it's the Field of Discipline. There's Rab.
Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? You could not be more wrong. He came here with hope in his heart, The hope that one day he will defeat the Lord of Shadows. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Angrila. Your grandfather's teacher and tormentor. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret. He has been failing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes.
Get out, knight! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it!
Wow.
Rab has mega evolved.
Well, would you look at that? Perhaps he is not completely useless after all.
Yeah, he's not
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yeah, you did, Rab.
Yes, very impressive. I thought you had gone soft in your dotage, but it seems you still have some guts. Well done.
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that praise? Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100 nips of the hard stuff.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you would see we have a visitor.
Oh my! Is it really you, laddie?
Yes, it is.
Och, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you. It's not fair. It's not fair, I tell you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what? But what's he doing here then?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
Come on, Rab, let's go.
Ah, really? But I only came here to... And you went to all that trouble. As you can see, I'm finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable.
Did we
Come
just
on,
get Rab
let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
Stop right there!
Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done, Grandmaster. But now that my training's finished, I need to be on my way.
Finished? Oh, but we haven't even begun. Honored luminary, if you would like to follow me. Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angry-La. He now has the power to send enemies straight to the beyond.
What? He can just send people to another dimension?
It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms of the Luminary of Legend.
What?
For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power that it can tear through all 4 dimensions.
Ooh, there's 4 dimensions.
It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Yi, our first Grand Master. And it will give you strength beyond reckoning, Luminary.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell and you with Erdwin's attack. We'll be unstoppable.
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so.
Oh, that's...
The training you must undergo to acquire this power will be more intense. Well, do you think you have what it takes to endure this most trying of trials?
I do think I
I
can
knew you would
handle
make the
this.
right choice. Now, the first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light.
Ooh.
Hold out your hand and try.
Teach me this move. Ooh. Whoa, I just summoned a sword out of That's cool.
As good as can be expected for a first attempt. The heat of battle should help to speed you up a little.
Battle? You mean you're going to fight him? Oh, no, the poor lad's not ready.
Yeah, you can't just expect me to fight you.
Me? Why would I rumple my nice clean robe when I have you to do my dirty work for me?
Wait, am I fighting Rab?
What? You're going to make me fight my own grandson?
Yes?
Who better, Lord Robert?
Huh, I guess I have to fight...
You have mastered all our secrets now. There is no one better suited to the task. And besides, I've always wanted to see 2 princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Let me know when you are ready to begin.
Just a quick save. Continue, yes. Alright. To the void. Off we go. Okay. Yes, I am.
Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage. All in the name of speeding up your training, of course.
Oh. 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 Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades! Let me at the little blighter!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of our last and greatest secret.
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself.
Beat back the onslaught and unleash the technique if you can. The more you use it, the stronger it will become. You must practice until it is perfect.
Here I come, laddie. It's time to show you what this old man can do.
Oh, it's an actual fight. I knew it was gonna be a fight, but... Did I actually die? Okay, so when you die, you lose half your money. You know, I could have ended the stream there. Okay, so... Rad... It's all because he started to open that horrible gate.
Before we continue...
Shit. Rab draws me. Don't you dare do Mid-heal! Helps you get more heal. Yeah, just use your cane because it's sick. Quad your slot. Let's start really weak and then
feel bad about this.
Oh my god. I'm going to die again. By him snacking. Take this stuff. I can one shot of shadow. Ow. 38.
of your soul!
$2,000. That's enough to level me up. Yes, actually, if I can. I'm sticking to Swords Mastery. I'm saving Giga Slash? No, I'm saving up for critical hit chance up by 3. I defeated Rob.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. I couldn't have beaten him more soundly myself. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. But you have proved me wrong. And for once, that is no bad thing.
You can beat me. B-Bones has mastered Quadra Slash.
The power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons, and none will be able to stand before you.
Yes, I know, because it's 300 damage.
Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't you?
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angry-La in my side. Oh, I can't believe how much you've grown, laddie.
You can't beat me, Rab.
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no. Perhaps I finally have a disciple worthy of the name.
Oh!
No.
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait, I know that.
Mordegon.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches by cowering here in this ruined world. You have only delayed the inevitable.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. It seems I underestimated you. So inconsiderate. There was one last thing I wanted to teach you. Fine. It seems we must do it the hard way. You two will just have to learn the ultimate ability here and now. Or die trying.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La wasn't the last one? And Quadra Slash wasn't either?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster Ai. Well, don't just stand there. So that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. We have only one chance. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique I taught you. Quickly! Now, Luminary! Unleash Quadra Slash! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angry-La. The technique to end all techniques. Solar Flare!
What? Ooh, we're back. Do we have Rab here too?
He is back with us.
Nice.
But he is greatly weakened. We must get him to the temple right away.
Exhausted after the events in the void, B-Bones fell into a deep sleep. In his dreams, he sees the familiar smiling face of Grandmaster Pang, lit by the light of the ultimate ability of Angela. Then morning comes. Do do do. I want to just save the game. Oof. Hendrik.
Ah. You are finally awake. Good. I feared you had suffered some lasting injury. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama. We should join them.
Wait, we might... Rab's gonna join our team. Oh, Rab's gonna join our team. It's gonna be so cool, cause Rab's gonna join our team. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Hello there, laddie. Better... What are you staring at me like that for? Is there something on my face?
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal slighter only a short time ago.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me through worse on more than one occasion.
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void, that you met Grand Master Pang, and that she trained you in the ancient... I hear that you were even able to master the ultimate abilities of your ancestor Erdwin. You have my congratulations.
And I hear that I owe you a debt of thanks, Sir Hendrik, for looking after the boy here while I was away.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. The least I could do to make amends for all the wrongs I have done. Indeed,
don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordegon's game. You've nothing to apologize for.
Thank you. Truly. What do you intend to do now? We had hoped to find guidance here in Angri-La, but alas, we find ourselves at an impasse.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something, Grandmaster. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One. Some sort of sacred flying contraption.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it. But it sounds like just what we need to get up to that castle and knock Mordegon off his perch. As for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up type, eh? If I'm still alive and kicking, you can bet the rest of them are out there somewhere. So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to be sacred, the folks over there'll know something about it for sure. There's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mordegon gets. So...
Rev rejoins the party. New panels have been unlocked in his character builder. Rev can now use the Pearl of Gates ability, and B-Bones and Rab can now use the Solar Flare pet power. Of course it's going to be
Honored
pet
Luminary,
power.
we disciples of Angri-La will do all that we can to aid you in your preparations to take on the Lord of Shadows. We have even devised a special training regime for you. Visit us again soon. We will stand ready to help you hone your powers.
Aye.
Garden Secrets of Angela. Trophy earned. A disciple worthy of the name. Ooh, Rabs in our team. Rabs in our team. Whoa! Holy... that, I mean, like, the actual build. So you can pet power up. And he's the one supported by Dave. Oh, that's good. So he gets better stats when he's powered up. That's really cool. We got Rad Mad. Whoop. See ya. Give me stuff. I'm gonna have to save it and end the video. I recorded a little too long. Yes. I am saving it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you get notified whenever I make a new video. And comment down below who do you think would be the next person we unlock. Because head over to Arborea. It's got a party in here to find Lord of Shadows. So I wonder who's next. So comment down below who do you think we'll encounter next. And as always, be good, behave, don't fall prey to Mordigan, and goodbye.